Hello everyone, and welcome to Philippine Market Wrap. This podcast is for general information and it's market commentary only. It does not constitute investment advice or a recommendation to buy or sell any financial instruments. All opinions expressed are those of the host and subject to change without notice. Listeners are encouraged to make their own investment decisions. Today, we are looking back to the Philippine market performance on Friday, December 19th, 2025. It was a mixed session. The peso stayed relatively calm, while the stock market moved lower as the investors took profit ahead of the weekend. Let's start with the big picture. The Philippine pesos closed to 58.70 against the US dollar, essentially flat compared with the previous. Meanwhile, the Philippine Stock Exchange Index, or the PSEi, fell by 1.83%, ending the day at around 5,920 points. So overall, currency markets are steady, but equity faced selling pressure. The peso traded within narrow range during the session, moving between 58.53 and 58.77 against the dollar. The average exchange rate for the day was 58.65. Trading volume in the foreign exchange market fell about 1.38 billion US dollars, down from the previous day. This suggests that many market participants are staying on the sidelines, waiting for clearer signals as we approached year-end. On the equity side, the selling was broad-based. The PSEi dropped by 1.83%, while the broader all-shares index declined by 1.43%. All sectors index ended negative territory, led by service sectors, which fell by 3.25%. Financials, industrials, property, mining and oil, and holding firms also closed lower. Market breadth was clearly negative, with 110 decliners compared with 65 advanced. Among the actively traded names, ICTSI, Meralco, Ireland, and BDO, Unibank all ended the session lower. In contrast, REIT managed to close higher even as the broader market declined. This kind of performance suggests some defensive positions, with investors selectively moving into more stable, income-oriented assets. And on a personal note, A-rate is part of my own portfolio, so it's encouraging to see that resilience on a down day. According to Philstock financials, the main driver of the market decline was profit-taking. Concerns about the domestic growth outlook, ongoing governance issues, and external headwinds continue to weigh on the investor. As we move closer into the end of the year, it is not unusual to see investors reduce risk and lighten positions. To sum it up, the peso remained stable and range-bound. The stock market slipped as investors locked in profit. While currency markets look relatively calm, equity remains sensitive to both global developments and domestic issues. That's all for today's Philippine Market Wrap. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in next episode. Salamat kayo. Amping.